I think all innovation starts from a grain of frustration. For me, that was, what problem can I help solve? I came in wide-eyed, not knowing anything business related, and am now leaving with a venture that I'm exceptionally proud of.
Ever since I remember, I always wanted to create an impact in the world. In my opinion, the most impact that you can make is to actually become an entrepreneur.
Business school is important because it illuminates the places that we still have yet to go. And the practitioners are important because they give us direction when we get to those spaces.
What excites me about business education is the chance that students have here to imagine a better future, to dream up solutions to real challenges, and then to get them launched and commercialized.
AACSB International is a standard-setting body and the largest business school association around the world. The assurance of learning, the teaching quality, the mission, the societal impact, this elevate the quality of business education for all of our 1,000 accredited business schools.
When I applied to Imperial, I had an idea, and when I walked out, I had a plan. I grew up in Mexico, and to be honest, it was quite a rough childhood. So long story short, my parents got divorced, and my brother and I ended up living in an orphanage for almost half a year. We didn't know what's going to be happening to us. During that time, there was this period when I didn't even went to school. This is where I tell myself I really wanted to make something for my life. I realized how important education was for me, where I got the motivation and the drive to make an impact, not only in my life, but in the life of the people surrounding me. When I came to Imperial College, it was a very emotional day in my life. To come to a different country with a different language, but it was definitely a great experience for me. I really created a network of people that have been supporting our business so far. Agave Networks is an online platform that uses artificial intelligence, helping scrap metal yards and recyclers across the world to openly and securely trade their materials using our verification systems. So the story started like years ago. We realized that there was just so much waste scrap metal sitting on scrap metal yards, waiting to be sold and recycled. However, it was very difficult to business to start selling those materials between each other. We understood the problem, but we were really lacking very basic knowledge of how to run a business, like finances, marketing, human resources. So I decided to apply to the masters at Imperial College in order to get all this business knowledge.
Imperial College London has been around for many decades, known worldwide for science, technology, engineering, and medicine. And more recently, they've expanded into the business domain. The really unique thing about Imperial College is that integration of STEM with business education. And the thing that I'm very passionate about is facilitating that interaction with entrepreneurs. So thinking about business education in general, like how did classes help you as an entrepreneur?
The biggest learning was actually, first of all, we needed to find the real problem that we were trying to solve and quantify it. Then you can find other tools who could help you to solve that problem. And that's where technology comes into place.
So I was Daniel's mentor or tutor during his master's degree, and we were trying to think about how we could incorporate artificial intelligence to try and make a better business. I knew right then he had all the skills and the drive to be a successful entrepreneur. Business of the future are going to be led by new technologies, and so it's absolutely imperative that the students get some kind of exposure to it. We want to have them think through how it could be used and useful to solve problems in the real world.
Buyers and sellers of scrap material can buy and sell. So what we're doing is creating a digital representation of those metals using AI to quantify the quality of these materials. Without the learnings that we got from the lectures here at Imperial College, we'll never use AI in our business, I think.
AACSB's initiative on Let's Lead Boldly is to elevate the value of business education. The world needs a lot of change makers. We wanted to inspire all business educators, students, and business leaders to make positive societal impact.
When I was a young person, I moved around a lot. Both of my parents are in the military, which means that the only constant was change. Photography initially was a way for me to preserve those moments that were closest to me, the things that I didn't want to leave behind. So I understood photography to be something that is beautiful, but also has a purpose, and that led me to photojournalism. So now this thing that I was using as a hobby became a responsibility. And so that's the reason why Popup Docs exists, is to pass on that responsibility to other young people. I came to the University of Michigan on a one-year fellowship with the Knight Wallace program. I'm comfortable in my identity as a journalist, but as a business person, not so much. What the Impact Studio did for me was help me find the parallels in between what I was doing as a visual journalist and what I wanted to do as an entrepreneur. Popup Docs is a video workshop that serves underrepresented students who are interested in nonfiction filmmaking. And so we bring the tools, the resources, the mentorships that ultimately help prepare students for higher education or to help find them jobs.
University of Michigan is a really special place. We have more than 100 top 10 degree programs at the school. With the tools of business and design and research, the Impact Studio is a home for people who are shaping ideas for a better world. How do you feel like the Impact Studio helped you to realize your vision?
I thought I knew what Popup Docs was when I first pitched it to get accepted into the program. And then what I found later was that it really is the process that you go through on iteration that helps you get to the essence of the thing that you're most passionate about. But then also the tools and the resources that I need to actually execute on that vision.
We draw diverse students from across degree programs and disciplines, as well as budding entrepreneurs and business leaders. Part of the magic of the studio is enabling interdisciplinary teams to collaborate together and bringing business alongside these other disciplines in coordination.
This was a space where I could think freely, where I could breathe, where I could dream big dreams and build big ideas with the support of the community. And I think that's the most important part of this, is like finding your community.
I'm here as an educator, but I'm very inspired by actually what all these students are working on that are really trying to make the world a better place. So it feels great to play some small part in helping them push their ideas forward.
The conjunction of all these different perspectives in one single space, that can only be having good results, right? All this knowledge that we got from the business school is how to test your idea, how to collaborate with others, how to incorporate technology to really take your idea out there to the real world.
I think most people think business schools are places where people come to learn about making money. For somebody like me, the social impact is the currency that I find most valuable for myself. That changed my perspective on what business schools could be.
The important work that business schools like Michigan Ross and Imperial College do are just a few examples of incredible AACSB network.
It's a joy, it is a privilege to get to work with people to really bring their own vision to life.
I think this kind of experience is excellent preparation for entrepreneurs, for managers, future executives, as they get out there in the real world and actually launch their businesses or develop their impact on society.
Currently, over 5 million individual students are enrolled in the AACSB business schools. Imagine the change they can make to the world.